Hi, Trevor here, Life Reflection Requests. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. It's fantastic you are here. Well, this channel has received another request. We've got a few of late, which is fantastic. So, Priscilla Maria Veronica White was born in Liverpool in 1943. But she would go on to change her performing name to Cilla Black. And certainly in the 1960s, she was one of the best-selling artists in the UK, and certainly. And between 1965 and 2009, there were 18 studio albums, 18 compilation albums, and a lot of singles. There's more to Cilla Black than just singing, though. But before we get on to that, just need to say that this girl has got an absolutely compelling voice. Oh my goodness, very good indeed, very powerful, very evocative, and gets you just to really stand up and take notice of her singing. She has got an amazing voice, this girl, and certainly being the most successful artist, one of the best-selling UK artists in the 1960s, certainly gives credence to that. She also has done a bit of TV and comedian work as well, and between 1968 and 1976 she had a series, Cilla. It's a bit of a comedy variety kind of show. And it was great to see that in 1997, Cilla Black received an OBE, and in 2014, British Academy Television Award for 50 years of entertainment. Because Cilla Black is more than just a singer, she's an entertainer, goes across many different realms of entertainment, singing, acting, the whole thing. Now, when we think about Cilla Black, this one song, well, actually, there's a couple of songs you think of in particular, but for me, and of course, anyone who had a heart in there, was a massive song for her from 1964. But for me, the song I really wanted to look at today was You're My World, which came from the best of Cilla Black from 1964. And now, there's not many lyrics in this song. You're my world. If our love ceases to be, it's the end of the world. It's the end of the world for me. And when you initially think about lyrics like this one, you think, man, we've got all of our eggs in one basket here. Like, if this love stops, life's over as we know it. And it's a very dangerous place to be in, to have so much pinging on one thing in your life and excluding other things. But there's another way of looking at this as well, and I was thinking that, yeah, when you do have that significant other in your world, they are your world, and you can't imagine them not being there. And there's an element of, yes, the world will end if you're not in it, but I would argue to say here that there's an element of truth in that. Because the world that you have known up till now has had this person in it, and they've been a very, very important part of it. And as you go through life and do what you do, you can't imagine that person not being there. But, and many people, ever since life has gone through this serious notion where, you've had a person in your life and all of a sudden they're not, maybe through death, predominantly death, and basically the world collapses around them. Well, it collapses because it is a loss. Why is it a loss? Because it is significant to you. It's something that you had that's no longer there. And so as well, your world has changed and shifted. And often in those early stages, and even probably 20 years down the track, we don't know what it's shifted into. So in a sense, the world has changed. So the concept of love ceasing to be, being the end of our world, there's some element in truth in that as well. I don't think Cilla Black is talking about like the world ending as we know it and all the rest of it, but certainly the world as she currently knows it has gone. And so I think it's really, really important to realise if you actually don't know people in your life where their world has gone because a significant person is no longer there, well, just to realise that the world has actually changed and will never be the same again. Nor do you want to say stuff like, oh, get over it, either. They don't want to get over it. It's a loss. And when you lose something, you normally try to find it again. But in this situation here, the finding won't be physical anyway. You'll find it yourself in other ways as life goes forward, as you interact with grief and let it do what it needs to do. It's something also quite nice to be able to say that, hey, you're really, really important in my life, and I'm so glad you're part of it. Maybe we don't say that enough to each other, and we could say that a bit more. You're my world when your hand's resting in mine. I feel the power of soul, divine, beautiful word. Oh, is it love divine, actually? Beautiful words, really. Are beautiful words of a togetherness and absolute passion and love for another. You're my world just encompasses this song, this feeling so well. So, let's always be appreciative of the other person in our lives. They are your world to a certain extent. And just imagine they weren't there, how life would be. And if you do know people in your life that are going through this stuff, just give them space to do what they need to do, because they're interacting with it, grieve as they need to. Just be aware that they still need connection in their life, so don't feel bad about bringing up the person in conversation, because they're kind of still here, just not physically. So Cilla Black brought out an absolutely stunning song with this one. Of course, Daryl Braithwaite in Australia covered this song in the 1970s as well. But Cilla Black certainly brought this song to the world as one of her signature tunes. And just really passionate performance. Now, I've gone, as again, it came off the 1964 album, The Best of Cilla Black. I think that's the album it came off. I had a bit of a look. This is a royal variety performance, so there's nothing more. The stakes are quite high here because the Queen's in the audience and part of the royal family, and so you've got to give an all-round best performance you can. So we've got that one, 1964. We then got, and I've talked about Anyone Who Had a Heart. I think this came off the same album, The Best of Cilla Black. This is another live performance, and this is a massive hit for Cilla Black, absolutely massive, and catapulted her into superstardom at that point in the 60s. As I said, one of the best-selling UK artists in the 1960s, so well and truly successful at this point. And then I thought I'd go a little bit later to 1988, and this is a TV performance of the Whitney Houston classic, One Moment in Time. And it's a classic case of, you can sing other people's songs. It's done in a respectful way, and Cilla Black absolutely nails this performance. She's a little bit older here, but she's still got it. So it just goes to show that certainly in the 1970s and 1980s, she still had a career, and she was pretty well still well regarded in the industry. And in honour of her television performances, I've gone for a cute little clip from the comedy duo Morecombe and Wise. One of the things these two would do was bring stars onto the show and pretend they weren't stars and all the rest of it. And Cilla Black came on and did an absolutely beautiful performance with these two, singing one of their songs and just bringing the whole thing to life so well. She's such a beautiful, lovely personality, Cilla Black, and she's quite compelling just to get to know in that way. And so, I've got that one there for you as well. So the links to those 4 clips are in the description below. So feel free to look at any of those or some of those. You're My World in particular is quite stunning, so have a look at that one. Well, thank you for this request today. If this is your first time to this channel, or if you've come back, welcome to everybody. And I trust this has been encouragement for you today as we consider the significant people in our world. Well, that's it for today. And we'll get on to our normal series next time. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.